How's it going, everyone? Bass here. So in today's video, I wanted to give you guys a little update on Elgton Jenkins and where he stands with his ACL injury. So as we all know, Elgton Jenkins is still rehabbing that torn ACL. He suffered it in Week 11 against the Minnesota Vikings last season, which was actually 7 months ago, exactly yesterday. And now typically ACL rehab does take right around 9 months, but we obviously saw what happened with David Bakhtiari last year, and which is still occurring to this moment. So that's just not always factual, that whole 9-month mark. But if it were to be 9 months, that would put Elgton at August 21st, which is just a couple days after their second preseason game versus the Saints. And with Week 1 being on September 11th, that would be just about 10 months since he tore his ACL, which is certainly cutting it close, especially considering linemen in general have a longer road to recovery with an injury such as an ACL tear. But recently, Elgton Jenkins was asked about his road to recovery, and he had this to say. He said, quote, "Right now, it's just continuing to work. When that time comes for me to get out there, and when I'm comfortable and the trainers are comfortable, then we'll do it." So it's very clear Elgton didn't have an exact timetable on when his return will be, and with how cautious Green Bay has always been with injuries, I think it's likely that he will start the season on the PUP list. Now, the NFL this offseason actually did just change their PUP list rules, allowing a player to return after the first 4 weeks rather than the first 6 weeks, meaning it's probably even more likely that Elgton starts on the PUP, considering if they can just hold him out for the first 4 weeks, get him ready, get him to 100%, and then throw him in after that, hopefully. Now, Elgton has been doing a lot of rehab work in mandatory minicamp and OTAs, along with Bob Tunyon, Kylan Hill, and David Bakhtiari, all of which all have ACL injuries, but it's really been nothing more than that to this point. And that will likely continue at the start of training camp on July 27th. We'll likely go into that and see probably all those guys in the rehab group still. I think we might end up seeing David Bakhtiari start getting some actual work, hopefully. I mean, it's been such a long, crazy road for David Bakhtiari. That's a whole nother story. I mean, this video is about Elgton Jenkins, but, you know, it just sucks to have your two best linemen on your team with ACL injuries, because it just puts a big question mark on the upcoming season, whether or not these guys can go Week 1 or not. And, you know, it's seeming more and more likely that Elgton Jenkins will not be ready Week 1 and will likely start on that PUP list. So with it likely that Elgton Jenkins isn't ready to go Week 1, the Packers have been giving snaps at right tackle to a couple of players, both to Cole Van Lanen earlier in minicamp and OTAs, and then most recently they have been giving a lot of snaps at right tackle to Josh Nijman, meaning he is likely their backup plan and would likely be their starting right tackle with Elgton Jenkins out Week 1. And I have complete faith in Josh Nijman. I do believe he can succeed at right tackle. What we saw him do last year at left tackle was just outstanding. The fact that he was a third-string left tackle, got thrown straight into the fire Week 3 against Nick Bosa and held his own, really showed his determination and his will to, you know, be a starter in this league and on the Packers. And I do believe if they were to throw him at right tackle Week 1, he will do good at it. And honestly, he could even earn that full-time role at right tackle, allowing Elgton Jenkins to come back whenever he can at left guard, his natural position. And of course, as I mentioned, there's also all the issues with David Bakhtiari potentially not returning or when he will return, which is, again, is a whole other topic. But if he weren't able to go as well on Week 1, you would assume they'd throw Josh Nijman back to left tackle like he was last year. And then my guess is they would kick Royce Newman out to right tackle. And then that would pretty much, which he got some snaps in OTAs at right tackle. They're really just throwing anyone at right tackle, seeing what they got there, which is cool. Royce Newman got some snaps at right tackle last year before he was promoted to that starting right guard spot. But likely, if that happened, Royce Newman would swing out to right tackle, and then likely Sean Rhyan would come in. The rookie Sean Rhyan would come in at right guard. Nonetheless, I do believe the Packers have a plan with whatever is thrown at them for this upcoming season, and they have good depth at offensive line now after drafting 3 of them in Sean Rhyan, Zach Tom, and Rasheed Walker, all 3 really quality linemen that can do a whole sort of different things in different roles. So really excited to see those guys out there this training camp preseason and potentially even starting. But that about does it for this video. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update on Elgton Jenkins. Please leave your thoughts and comments down below in the comments. And also, if you are new here and want more Packers news, analysis, and updates almost daily, please consider going down and clicking the subscribe button. It supports my channel a ton. I appreciate every single one of you taking time out of your day to watch my videos. But that about does it. I'll catch you on the next one. As always, go Pack Go.